wonder why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like motherfuckers should be shut the hell up and enjoy the show.
Hello.
Girl, we are sitting in LA for you now.
Yes, we are here in my new city, LA.
Okay. This is the first time you've like really sat down to tell your story.
Yes, it's the first time.
So Angela White, AKA Blac Chyna, I saw you on your Instagram the other day going off. I guess apparently she had relicensed the show that you quit. So she was filming the real Blac Chyna with Zeus. I don't know why she has a reality show because she's quite boring, but no shade. No shade. I mean, people like looking at Chyna, but as far as hearing her talk, you know, and I hate to open up the interview like this, but it's just like, I just think it's better for her to be quiet.
Yeah.
Or appear to be quiet around me.
It's her entourage that makes her kind of, you know, an object.
Yes, yes. But I mean, as far as pictures and her modeling and stuff like that, I think she does a phenomenal job. But, you know, I guess the show was relicensed to WeTV and contracts weren't fulfilled with Zeus and you and some other members because I know...
None of the members.
Oh, wow.
Nobody. I mean, I'm not sure if... her mother had her own spinoff, so I'm pretty sure she probably was paid or obviously paid something.
Yeah.
And I remember her sending me some blank checks saying how she was going to cash them on my ass. So,
Tokyo Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm pretty sure she was definitely paid something, but Treasure wasn't paid. Jamal wasn't paid. Ashton, Freshie, none of the people who were actually there every day in the house with her doing the actual work were paid.
Now, I'm sure Zeus probably deviated her, like you guys' payments from her. Is that how the contract was set up?
You know, it's really actually, it's different because the way how Chyna came to everybody with the whole opportunity period, she said that it was a pay after 30-day type of thing. So it was a by subscribers or something like that. That's what was actually presented to me. Okay. That after the first 30 days, we would see how many subscribers we got for the show, and then that's how everybody would be paid.
Okay.
And we looked at how much we would possibly be getting paid from ratios from Chyna's following, from our following, you know, family. You know, we was just basically putting it out a good ratio of what we thought we would all be getting paid. Nobody thought after the first 30 days, nobody would get under $25,000 minimum. And that's still a small amount of money compared to, let's say, what we was doing on Rob and Chyna. And even from Rob and Chyna, I was never paid from that show. You know, so Chyna
Wait. You were on a show that was contracted by E?
Yeah.
And you didn't get paid? As a Black woman?
Nope, I did not get paid. I did not get paid at all. And I'm not even really going to sit and say, oh, woe is me, because to be honest, that was my stupidity. Okay. I sat and I believed somebody who was telling me something and that this was going to happen and that this was going to happen. But I was also busy in my own life and I was doing things on the East Coast. I was consistent in what it was that I was doing in the lifestyle that I was living and maintaining. So I've never chased Chyna's bag. Never have I ever chased her bag. Whatever was hers was hers. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I genuinely feel. I never felt obligated to anything that was hers. I was genuinely always her biggest supporter, like her biggest fan, even before the fame, when she was getting $200, when we both was getting $200 to walk in the club just to stand at the table and drink bottles and party with the club promoters. So this goes like all the way back. And it's unfortunate that I allowed it to happen, but I can't be mad at nobody but myself because I should have really dug into it. But I genuinely thought that my best friend of all of these years, 13 years, who told me verbally, I got you. And I know she's getting $90,000 an episode. I have no reason to not believe that she ain't gonna look out for me. But it didn't end up happening like that.
Now, let me rewind it back because the show was the ultimate breakdown of your relationship.
Yes.
Okay. And so now it is really heated up because now WeTV has bought and licensed the show. So it's like they're just reselling what Zeus has already done.
Yeah. 18 months later, after I've already tried to heal from the trauma.
Okay, so you're watching this play out again. People are tagging you and things like that. Let's dial back because I don't think people understand how deep you and Angela, who goes by the name of Blac Chyna's relationship, really is. Now, you know it all. You know the relationship between her and her mom. I mean, I'm going to be talking to Tony probably later in this week, probably Monday. But how did you and Chyna meet?
We met at the strip club. We both was dancers. And
how old were you guys?
I was 20 and she was 19.
Okay.
So I was about to get ready to turn 21. This was in the summertime. So I had just started dancing. Angie was dancing before me.
Okay.
So when I had got to this new club, when I originally started dancing, I started dancing in DC at the white clubs. So I was one of those girls, but I was thick. So the skinny black girls there was like, girl, you will make way more money at the black strip clubs.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well, where are they at? So then they directed me to where they was. When I get there, Chyna was there. And I noticed that everybody in the dressing room kind of didn't like her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's literally my first day there. Everybody was like, oh, they just all had something negative to say about her. And I'm like, well, she has a big butt. She's light skinned, long hair. I was like, okay, I'm just taking it as they hating. I always minded my business. One day, Chyna just walks up to me and like slaps me on my butt. And she's like, you look like you could be my sister. Let's be friends. And I'm like, okay. Like in the middle of a dance, I'm dancing with somebody and I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of shocked because she was like a popular girl in the club. And I was new. I was still a new girl, but I was getting money. Everybody could tell I'm getting money off top. So we just kind of just started hanging with each other. She got my number, I got her number, and by this time I was already a mom. So when I went home, I'm a mom, but she wasn't a mom yet. But she started calling me like all night and wanted to go out and hang out and different things like that. So then one day I got a babysitter and I was like, let's go hang out. She pulled up, we didn't know each other where we lived. We pulled up, met in Southeast, and I got out my car, got to her car. She was like, you look good. And I was like, thanks, you look good too. From that moment on, it was every night. We was together, we went this place, we went that place. We started dancing on stage together. We became dance partners. And we literally, it was you saw one, you saw the other.
Wow.
That's how it originally started. At 19,
did you guys have like a name for your like duet?
No, it was just Treasure in Chyna.
Okay.
Like it was just Treasure in Chyna. And I mean, like even when we was booking, like, I mean, that's how far we go back to the X's on the hands. Like we used to be in the club with our X's on our hands because we wasn't even 21 yet. And it was just us. There was never nobody else who used to really hang with us. Of course, it was always...
What did the X's represent? Just like you guys were underage?
Underage, meaning that we underage. And a whole lot of people, when they think of Chyna, they think of her fame and they think of people latching on to her throughout her life and different things like that. I was attached to Angie, not this Blac Chyna persona that everybody else in the world is attached to.
See, I enjoy oral sex, but to be honest, some of my experiences have been not pleasing due to lack of proper vaginal hygiene. I went down on this chick once, and the yoni was so good and fresh. It took me on like a whole nother level of just pleasure. So at that moment, I had to stop and ask, what are you using? And she told me, Embrace Pangea Feminine Wash.
We all know that a fresh yoni brings on a whole new level of confidence, so visit embracepangea.com, and of course, I got my winos covered for a discount, so use the coupon code TASHAK for 10% off your first order. To all of you Dr. Sebi followers, I've got something for y'all. Discover the untold story of one of the most important healers of our time in Abelardo Guerrero Jr.'s book titled My Journey with Dr. Sebi. Visit www.myjourneywithdrsebi.com to place your order and receive a free copy of the audiobook with over 4 hours of exclusive content. Let's put the wine down for a second because at times like this, we need to take a shot of love the olive leaf extract because the olive leaf boosts our immune system and has been known to reverse high blood pressure, lupus, diabetes, and certain cancers. Check them out at myoliveleaf.biz to learn more and to order, or simply click the link below in the description box. Now back to the wine.
Okay, so you guys are dancing. Your friendship has hit it off. Now, what was her relationship like with her mom around this time? Did she talk to you about that when you guys first started?
Oh,
what did you notice about that? What did she tell you? Like, because I mean, Tony is a different.
Tony is definitely Tony was dancing at the same time. So let's just back that up. Tony was still dancing at the same time that we were all dancing, but she was dancing at a different club. We was at a young girls club. She was at like an older girls club.
Okay.
And personally, the first time I ever came into contact with her, it seemed as though my first impression of her, because Angie had already told me specific things, was that they look alike, and I think she might be jealous that she's lighter than her. That's the first impression that I honestly got off of her, because it was more so, well, you look like me. And I'm just like, why does she keep addressing the fact that you look like her? We could that's your daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I started, we're mingling, moving around, she wasn't claiming Chyna. Like, nobody knew that was her daughter. Nobody knew that was her daughter, but Chyna would sit and tell me, oh, well, I do this for my mom. I do this for my mom. And then when I would come over, like, she had gave her mom her other car. She was living in her other room, and she was living rent-free. And this is when Chyna was 19. Chyna already had 2 cars, and already had her own 2-bedroom apartment. And that's one thing I can say. She been on her shit. That's another reason why we, kind of like latched up. She was my only other friend who could afford her own shit too. So that was, I liked the boss in her. She always was savvy with that. And she always was taking care of her mother. It seemed as though their relationship really got messed up. Can I cuss?
Go ahead.
Yeah, when they really got fucked up was when Chyna moved to Miami, when she started school. And it was like, Tony ain't never come to Miami, not one time. The entire time, Chyna had to be living in Miami over 5 years. Not one time did she ever come there. She didn't resurface and really try to be around her again until she started messing with T.
Tyga?
Yeah, Tyga, until she started messing with Tyga.
Why do you think, like, I know people, like you were told that the mom was jealous. Has Tony ever been diagnosed with any sort of like, because, and I hate to put this on her, but she's so erratic and manic online. I'm like, there's gotta be more there, because I've just never seen a mom so brutal towards their daughter.
And she's a Libra, I'm a Libra, so it shocks me sometimes that she even acts the way that she acts. But it is a clear case of mother-daughter jealousy. Like, from outside looking in, from inside looking in, from things that I have heard. Like, I have specifically heard her say I'm not even going to repeat them, you know what I'm saying? Because they are so drastic. But like, Give
us an example.
Angie was locked up.
Okay.
And when she was locked up on Christmas, I had all of her belongings, and her mother kept continuously calling because she wanted some money. And
she's
I wasn't
calling Chyna while she's in jail.
Yeah, she was calling Chyna, but she didn't know Chyna was locked up yet. So, because I didn't, I was like, okay, I need your password, because I had to wait to get all of the information. So once I was able to get into it, I'm like, well, do you want me to answer? What you want me to tell her? She's like, well, just tell her I'm locked up. And I told her, oh, Angie, she got locked up. This is what happened. Worst thing a mother could ever say, well, I hope she gets raped and this and this. And I said, what?
And how old was Chyna?
She was 19 when she was sitting and saying this. And she was saying that she hopes all of these horrible things happen to her while she's locked up. And from that moment, I was like, okay, maybe she's not exaggerating. Because she used to tell me, like, oh, my mother be wildin', she's this, or she's this, but that's my mom, because she used to more so grasp or say positive things about her grandma. At the time. Like, when it was holidays, we went to go eat at her grandma's house.
Okay.
Not at Tony's house.
Okay, so Chyna moves to Miami. Did you move with her?
No, I didn't move with her. Actually, the first time we went to Miami, I booked the flights, we went together. We worked, we danced, we did all of that. But shortly after that, I had got pregnant with my second child.
Okay.
And I wanted to keep my baby. So she was like, man, we about to do this. And I was like, man, give me 9 months. And I had my baby after 9 months. And then it was crazy because like right after that, you know, got my body together. We started booking and doing all that. Right after that, she met T. And then it was her 9-month turn. So she got pregnant with King. So we kind of like was back to back a year after each other with that. So, and then her dance career was done after she had got pregnant with King. So we never rekindled back on a dancing level, but we stayed friends.
So when did you relocate from DC to LA?
I moved here in 2017.
Okay.
In September 2017, after I had my third baby.
Okay.
So
I just can't believe you had 3 kids. You look great.
Thank
girl.
you. It's yoga. It's yoga.
Okay. I'm like, you're just
you.
so happy. You ain't got no wrinkles in your skin. You look stressed. You look like you ain't got no
My
stress.
chakra bracelets, my tiger's eye. I keep all my crystals and stuff. My energy stays high with that.
Okay. So you guys are living. Did she ask you to come to LA?
She did.
Okay.
She had actually been asking me to come to LA since she was still with T. You know, the first year that she had moved out here, I came with her. Like even while she was pregnant, she moved out here when she was pregnant. Before even moving here, every doctor's appointment, I was in Miami, and I wasn't going to stop just because she moved to LA. So when she moved to LA, she got her new doctor and she started her appointments here. I came to every doctor's appointment that was here. So that was my godson.
Did Tyga ever go to any doctor?
No, Tyga wasn't never at the doctor's appointments. I was there though.
Why wouldn't he go to see us?
I guess he was busy or working or whatever was going on, you know, in his life. But I'm not going to sit and speak anything on T, but I am going to say he did want that baby. Like a whole lot of people were sitting there. He wanted King, you know what I'm saying? So, and he's a beautiful little boy and looks just like the both of them. But that was how that happened. She moved out here and it's unfortunate, but then, you know, the fiasco with Kylie and all of that stuff had ended up happening. So then that's when she stopped dealing with T.
What type of toll did that take on her? Like, I know you're the best friend. You relocate from DC to be with your friend, and she's pregnant. She has this relationship that I'm not going to say that made her, that elevated her, because Chyna, it seems like she's always been a hustler herself. But, you know, of course, when you link up with people who are just as successful, it does help. So Kylie Jenner, how old was Kylie truly at the time? When
I think she had to be about like 15. She was young. I'm pretty sure.
Before the surgery.
Oh yeah, this had to be before the surgery. I'm pretty sure that I ain't inside of her pussy, so I don't know what was going in there, but I'm pretty sure that they was definitely dating before she was 18. You know what I'm saying? So
when did Chyna find out? When did she talk to you about it?
I think Chyna kind of, to be honest, I think I kind of told Chyna.
You did?
Yeah, because she was chilling and because, you know, I'm on the East Coast. Okay. At the time, I was still on the East Coast. So we get news a little bit earlier over there. And then I called her and was like, Angie, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, nothing, you know, what's up? I'm like, calm, sit down, you know, like, chill out. And then I explained to her what I just saw on the internet. And then she's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, it's devastating. Anybody no matter what age you are, what category of life you're in, if anything like that happens to anybody, it's going to be traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then at that you think that is, you know, somebody who you being friends with and everything. But things happen in mysterious ways, and not for nothing, karma is a serious bitch that plays a lot of games. And sometimes...
Whose karma do you think this was? Like,
I'm not sure whose karma it was, but I know it's a lot of people that wasn't living right. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of people that was doing messy things, and they should not have been doing messy things. And then people get upset when things happen to them. You know, and that's just...
I'm kind of reading in between the lines, the shade.
Yeah, it's shade. It's definitely shade because, you know, I be trying to sit and
when you say messy things, like, what do you mean messy things? And I take it you are talking about Chyna. Like, this was kind of...
people you know, and I'm gonna say in the Hollywood industry,
Okay.
it seems like everybody kind of sleeps with all the same people. Like that's what I have been noticing since I have been out here. Before I moved out here, I was already in a secure relationship. So I didn't get on the dating market in LA, nor was I consumed by the LA lifestyle. I'm pretty much strong and foot forward within myself. So I'm not easily influenced.
Okay.
So some people are easily influenced, and when you're easily influenced, you allow things to happen. And
was Chyna sleeping around on Tyga too?
I'm not even, it might not have been on Tyga, it might have been with Tyga, you know? You never know, like how people lifestyles was. And so, I mean, and when you allow things to happen and then it gets, you know, turned around, then people, they want to be like, why is this happening? Because you kind of allowed it to happen, or you set the tone for it to happen.
So you're saying it's a T.I. and Tiny situation, because I do know that Rob, where, and you know they're very open about that. They are, you know, what they like is what they like, you know.
Right, and
so,
you know, I feel like T.I. and Tiny, if you got money and you could do it, do you? And every girl that I even heard with that situation, all of them said they was paid. You know what I'm saying? It's not like any of them ain't know what they was doing. Ain't none of them underage. All y'all knew what y'all was doing. Half of them was strippers, so y'all was with it.
And
like,
I do want to point out that no one has come forward actually to say that they've been like raped or violated by T.I. and Tiny. I do want to put that out as a disclaimer though. But as far as, speaking of T.I. and Tiny and Chyna, you know, allowing, you know, I guess people into her bedroom with Tyga. When did Chyna ever tell you about like her situation with T.I. and Tiny?
Of course. Of course.
Girl, please do spill.
I mean, well, shoot, Rob already put all of those details out. You know what I'm saying?
He did say he was kind of nonchalant. He was just like, you know, I guess T.I. was taking up for Chyna when Rob was really slandering her on the internet, and you know, he was like, you need to be quiet because you know, young Chyna told me that y'all, you know, I guess slept with her or something like that.
Right, but Chyna was with it. You know, I mean, not for nothing shit. Chyna be with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even was sitting there saying that, and no shade. Like, maybe a little bit of shade. Find me somebody who she hasn't been with.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's on the real.
Well, damn.
Like, I mean, well, of course she ain't been with everybody, but I'm talking about people who in the limelight. Or whatever. Like, she's one of those type of people who feels as though she can have her pickings of anybody. And those are the type of people that you actually need to stay away from, especially if you got a man.
Yeah, okay. So
because friends don't be off limits. Friends don't be off limits, so none of that shit.
So as far as you're concerned, her situation with T.I. and Tiny was a good one.
Oh yeah, I think it was a good one. Okay. I mean, she never told me.
It sound like it was like
she never told me anything negative of that, except for that they are super cool. Like, she was like, they are super cool. You know what I'm saying? We had fun. Like, it wasn't even no stressing type thing. You know, it was more so they, you know, was chilling, having fun type of thing.
Okay. All right. So you're out here. How was her? I guess because there was a breakdown with Kim Kardashian as well, because her and Kim were close at one time. Did she back off when she, I guess, found out that Tyga had initiated a relationship with Kylie? Did she just decide to back away from the family at that time, or did she try to, you know, hold on? Like,
I think, to be honest, like, that was the biggest transition that I had ever actually seen in Angie. Her voice changed, her actions changed, the way how she was. Like, everything, like, she wanted to, like, it was sickening. Anybody who was around, and they can all vouch for this. And I'm sure anybody who's probably gonna watch this, they like, yes, treasure, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's like, yes, like, because it's real. Like, oh my God, people was like, oh, please say this. Like, I literally was, like, I talk to Paige all the time.
Okay.
And I just talked to her yesterday, and
shout out to Paige, by the way.
Yes, shout out to Paige. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot of these people sign NDAs. You know what I'm saying? So a whole lot of these people can't say their stories, even if they wanted to. So
you're the only one that didn't sign an NDA.
I don't know. If anybody else didn't sign one, I don't think they talking. But I ain't never signed no NDA. Okay. If people, and that's what else I keep saying. Everybody want to make it out like I'm this roo-rah bad person and embezzle and all of this other stuff. Listen, Chyna specifically said on that show when we was arguing, I said, well, Chyna, well, I gave you my W-9 or whatever form she asked me to fill out. You know what I'm saying? I gave it to her willingly, you know, because that's my friend. You write me off, sure, write me off, whatever. But if it wasn't done, it wasn't done, because I ain't never claim it. But she specifically said on the show, this is where I have to sit and ring this bell. She said, I lied to you to get you to sign that so that I could get your social so I could write you off. Nobody is like, oh, damn, Chyna, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just like, Treasure, you so fucked up for saying she embezzled money. Why am I fucked up for saying she embezzled some money? You know what I'm saying? But she's not fucked up for admitting that she stole my fucking social security number.
Yeah.
I'm like, what type of world is we living in? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And I don't know what embezzlement, you know, maybe I said I used the word wrong, but if somebody write me a check and then I bring them back the same money from the check, that might be embezzling. It might not be.
I don't know. I just hope she does her taxes.
Yeah, she do her. I mean, she got accountants, I believe.
Okay. Now you were gonna say something about the way she, I guess, changed when she met the Kardashians.
Oh yeah, that was drastic. I remember even because I still was continuously coming out here. I was still visiting, even though I had not moved out here. And even, could you believe I never met Kim?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never met Kim face to face. Kim has come over the house and I've been on the other side of the house and she'll tell me, oh, we're going to go and hike in the morning. And I was still on East Coast time. So I'll be up sitting in the back smoking, you know, chilling, minding my business. And I'll see her and Kim walk out the house and start walking up the street. And I'll be like, oh, guess they going. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't no fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I've actually never watched a whole episode of the Kardashians in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been a fan. I mean, she's cool. I respect them, business savvy and all of that. But I just never was a fan. Cool. It is what it is. But Chyna, she turned into a super fan. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy.
How did she talk? Did she start to talk like, what are the twins that hang with her?
Yes,
boy?
Exactly.
Malika.
Yes.
And I forgot the other, but I cannot stand to hear. It's like their voices don't match
at all with their. But that's how they really talk. I heard that's how they really talk. It's sad. Chyna was horrible. Nobody liked it.
So she switched from her DC accent straight to a because I call it a Kardashian accent. Like they talk like that.
Yes, pretty much. That's exactly how she had transitioned. But she definitely wanted that lifestyle. And I remember even because she was still with T first when she had first started hanging around her. I remember the picture when she had posted, the picture that Kim had posted of Chyna. I took that picture. Okay. We was at the mall. I took that picture of her. She had came to see me in Maryland. We was at Arundel Mills. I took the picture. She posted it. Kim reposted it. She's like, oh my God, my Instagram's going crazy. Kim Kardashian reposted me. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, okay, we was just shading this same person last week, but okay, we team
Kim. What
Kim.
Type of shade?
I mean, you know, just was throwing some shade because we was team Amber first. You know what I'm saying? It was team Amber first.
Okay.
Then we became team Kim. Then it became back team Amber. So I was like, okay, so
her and Amber have had like falling outs and stuff?
No, her and Amber wasn't even friends before the Kim thing. You know, but she became friends with Kim. With Amber after her and Kim stopped being friends. You know, like that's kind of like how it happened. Like not that they came together on that note. They came together on a different note, but.
So they didn't come together, I guess, being that they both lost their men to Kardashians.
Dang, was that their connection? I'm not 100%, but I know that, because Amber had already left Kanye by this time. Okay. This was when Amber was breaking up with Wiz. Yeah, so I think Amber was going through her divorce at this time.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was already, but that's what I'm saying. Now you are you was just friends with Kim, who took Amber's, that situation. Mm-hmm. But now you want to be friends with Amber because Kim, little sister, took your man.
Okay, and we're talking about Amber Rose just in case people are like, who's Amber? Amber Rose, yeah. Okay, so, I can see how, influential the Kardashians can be because it seems like when anybody is like around them, their tone changes, their demeanor changes. I guess, it sells, it makes money, it's popular. They have some of the, they're dating some of the richest men on the planet, so I can get that now. Of course, the relationship has now dissolved between Kim as well as, you know, the Kardashian family. Her and Tyga on bad terms. Now, were you around when I guess she met Rob? Because I know you know all about this case that's going on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was almost implementing it because of Rob ass.
Why?
My text messages was the ones that was posted.
Oh.
Those was my text messages, and they definitely hit me up on them jokes to validate them, too.
You think they're going to subpoena you for anything or no?
No, I don't think they can subpoena me. My name is at the top of it, and I was contacted, and when I was contacted, I admitted that they was mine. And I also said, if you scroll up a little bit, I'm the one who told her to hit him. So, I mean, I was like, but I also said after that, I'm just playing. But I was just like, that was just dumb. Like, anybody who even sitting, this is text messaging. This is a couple. Like, leave that alone. Yeah. Like, that was just
so did she
bogus.
Really love Rob, or was that kind of did she I guess, did she target him to get back at Kylie? And
I don't think it was a target because Rob kind of was coming at her. Like, she didn't go at him. Rob came at her first. Okay. And, you know, she was actually even kind of hesitant a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because she was like, oh, man, what, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know, you start thinking like a celebrity, we're going to break the internet, you know what I'm saying? So, fuck it.
So it was like, I guess, a business deal per se.
I don't think it was a business deal at first, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, just like how they say, you start to love somebody or you fall in love with them or something. But I don't think that it wasn't just like, I mean, a mutual, hey, sexy, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in. Like, I don't think it was a situation like that. But I also wasn't around every day. But when he was around and everything, I mean, they had a regular relationship. Like, they seemed like a genuine couple. Like, Rob is an extremely funny, dry humor white guy. Like, he's funny as fuck. Like, so he's not one of the people like who just angry in the house or something like that. So he used to just be chilling. Like, we've traveled out of the country and everything together. Like, I mean, Rob used to be cool. I was actually, majority of us was upset when they actually did break up. I actually
what was the cause of the breakup?
Cool.
Was it because Chyna was stepping out on him, or?
Yeah, it was because she sent the damn video like a stupid person. Like, why she sent him? I mean, you know, it's all over the internet.
I know that, but I'm like, but why would she send him a video of
lit?
Her?
Had to be lit. That's what I be sitting and be saying. Like, that's what else I be sitting and saying. I know everybody probably is like, oh, Treasure, you just attacking this girl. No, I'm not attacking her. I loved her. And I know, and even now, I want her to even possibly even see this and be like, damn, was this who I was? You know what I'm saying? Was this what I was doing? Maybe I do need to get some help. You know what I'm saying? Because overall, that's like what it really is. She didn't realize how many people she hurt. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just hurt people. You fucking up lives. You know what I'm saying? You turn down people's character and different stuff like that. You think that you could get away with it because of whatever title or whatever labels you put on yourself. And it's not fair. Then you play the victim and then you sit and you crawl into a corner and you watch from the sidelines. I've been around her for years. I've watched her set a fire and watch it burn. I watch her do it.
What she set on fire?
I mean, she didn't set a few fires. I don't know if she in court with them or whatever, and I ain't trying to get subpoenaed. So, but I know she has set several fires, and she will sit and will watch them burn. Like, and she is the type of person who will sit and, you know, will call the paparazzi on herself and will make a story of herself. You know what I'm saying? I've watched her do that on several occasions. So, I think it more so became a survival for fame. I think maybe fame is a sickness. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel that the Kardashians tried to take her down after she, you know, her relationship, I guess, went sour with Rob? Do you feel that, you know, it was an attack on her character and as well as her fame? I
mean, to be honest, if you looking at the Kardashians as a brand, Angie was trying to brand their last name. She was trying to brand Angela Kardashian at this time.
Oh, wow.
Remember,
I remember that.
She was trying to brand Angela Kardashian.
And they stopped the trademark.
Yeah, they stopped the trademark. But these are all business things that you're trying to do ahead of the time when, you have already got your ring, but y'all haven't even walked down the aisle yet. Y'all have not set a specific date. These are different things. And not for nothing, you're still you're still proving yourself to the family. And this is a very powerful family. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is aware of this, no matter what the race, whatever. The Kardashians is a powerful family, and they have all of their T's crossed and all of their I's dotted. Nobody can't really infiltrate and play with them. You know what I'm saying? And Chyna is no exception. She could not sit and play with them. They should be airtight too. Yeah. And I was around. Season 2 was gonna go. We was gonna do season 2. Even the people from the production team, because like I said, I was not paid for season 1. And because the production team from Bonham and Murray, from E, contacted me personally and Chyna and said how crucial I was for the season 2 and how much my likeliness was needed. I would be put in an Airbnb for 6 months. I was gonna be getting a certain amount of money. They had already broke down the budget for the season 2.
Okay.
What happened in between that time, whatever Angela and her, one of her days or whatever so have you, whatever she decided to do in between that time, if you are worried about your business, certain things shouldn't be happening in between time. And as a brand for the
Like what? What do you mean?
Like being online, kissing dudes when you in a relationship with a powerful family's son.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no shade to her, but she really went down.
Yeah, she really did.
You're not supposed to quote, hood talk. You can't fuck down. And you made it. And no shade to Michi or the other,
No shade to Michi. What the fuck? I wanted to kick him in his dag. I was like, if you don't get away, because all of these dudes was accidents. Excuse me, they was accidents. You end up being somebody who you're not even supposed to even be around. You know what I'm saying? Even the boy YB and Jay.
And I think he was, playing for both teams. Yeah, I mean, he on the back is gay. I
don't have no proof of verification of this comment. Okay. But that did kind of just choke me up.
It's okay. It's okay.
Where's my water? That was kind of funny. But no. I don't know. Chyna just, it's a whole lot with her. And personally, I think that she was a little bit too ambitious for certain things that she wanted to do without thinking of consequences. If she addresses anything, she would have to admit the fact, for one, that no, she didn't pay nobody. Okay. And on top of that, she would also have to admit the fact that we are not even friends right now. I think that's ultimately the conversation that she is deterring from. Because I went to a bigger platform. I went to the Wendy Williams show. And they said, Chyna did not confirm that y'all are not friends. If you said you could pull up the clip on January 11th of this year, Wendy sat and then put me on and put my baby shower pictures on there, everything. A whole 2.5 minutes talking about how I feel like I need to be there for Chyna because this and all of this other stuff. I said, so that's when I honestly got furious. I said, that's what y'all not gonna do. Y'all is not about to sit and fluff this girl up like she is this fucking saint and I'm still her little pet. Nah. Don't even push me like that.
You feel like she treated you like a pet?
No, from the show, after sitting and looking at it, it was like how they pushed the certain things. When I saw the scene, we was in the car. They told me, they was like, Treasure, they was like, give us enthusiasm, be really happy that she was on the show. So I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Yay, I'm looking all fucking stupid and shit. But then, when I see the shit come out, they zooming in on her, looking at me okay, Treasure, calm down. I'm like, but y'all told me to act like this, so y'all made me look like a fucking monkey, and then y'all looking at each other with the side eye, I'm doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Then her toe was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't get the fuck down. Her shoes was too small, too, and they wasn't brand new, so she was upset because she was gonna do the shoe cam. Her toes was crusty. I got down. I would do this for any of my friends, though, and I'm oiling her feet. Of course, they want to record it on the daggone thing. I got more controversy about me oiling that girl's feet than enough. And I'm like, wow. I said, well, you know what? I said, if y'all want to sit and talk about me oiling her feet, let's talk about when she was pregnant with Dream at the slut walk. And she had on heels thinking that she was cute. I had on flats. So you know what Chyna asked me? Treasure, I can't move anymore. You know what Treasure did? She took off her flat shoes and she gave them to Chyna, and I walked barefoot through fucking Pershing Square for my pregnant friend to walk through. Wow. That's the friend that I am. That's the friend that she threw away. So yeah, people may say I'm bitter, I'm angry, or whatever. Yes, I am. I am in certain ways. Or, I mean, let me back that up. I was because I signed up for this life. I knew what I was getting myself into, but I also got 3 children and I was supposed to be fucking paid. And that's where the contract ended up being nulled. And this was already aired in 2019. This is also why I'm so frustrated. I'm like, I did not say anything, did not come forth, did not drag you, did not say any of that nonsense other than my live when I first found out about it. And I was emotional. And that's also why I said, there's no way I could talk about this stuff because I was too emotional. And this is my friend from 13 years. And she still to this day has not called me.
Did they ever film Rob and Chyna season 2, or they just stopped production on it after, I guess, the breakdown between her and Rob happened online?
They was actually still trying to film it. They was even trying to film like him separately and her separately. I think she was trying to figure out ways to make it work, you know, for their financial gain. But I just think that it just wasn't aligning. And then once it wasn't aligning, because it just kept being so much controversy.
Pretty much what you're saying is that the reason it was canceled is because of Chyna, not because of the Kardashian family. Not wanting her to, I guess, make money or film. So,
I mean, I guess if you look at it, if you are Chyna and you are sitting and you saying, but that's, you know what I'm gonna sit and say? That's like how everybody would sit and say, no, I'm not even gonna compare it. I'm gonna call apples apples and oranges oranges. I don't think that their goal was to prevent her from a second season. Kim was a producer on the show. They were all still making money off of the show. So, and they're business women. Like they're a business family. So I genuinely believe that they still wanted to bring in income. And on top of that, that was also generating specific income just for Rob so that Chris didn't have to actually finance him or his sisters, you know what I'm saying, or anything of that matter. So I think in that alignment, I think that and then she's had their niece, you know what I'm saying? Like, from what I have even been around, like, cause when Dream was born, I had been around, you know, I had ended up meeting everybody at the hospital and different stuff. They all seem cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem like any of them will be, you know, targeting her. Like she ain't, it's like almost like it's not even that serious. Like we ain't even got time.
How much was she getting paid to do the show? I mean, for her to be in court almost, this is going on, what, 4 years now? They've been in court?
To my knowledge, she was getting $90,000 an episode.
Damn.
Yeah, and wasn't paying nobody, and even had it set up as to where her kids, King was getting $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like she had even set it up for the kids to get something, but did not set it up for absolutely anybody else. And I thought that was kind of messed up. And then I even had asked her. I was like, well, how am I going? She was like, Treasure, nobody's getting paid. Nobody's getting paid for the show. So then I was like, let me go and ask Paige. And then Paige like, well, I'm getting $2,500 an episode. And I was like, all right, bet. I ain't filming nothing. I ain't flying out here. You can see me in DC, bruh. Fuck what you talking about. I ain't flying out here to film your show. You want me on the show? When y'all come to DC, I will see y'all on the show. Which was why the entire season of Rob and Chyna, I was not on there. Like, and everybody was like, oh, you the angry? Nah, I'm making my own money and I'm taking care of my own life and my business in DC. She wasn't trying to pay me. So I'm like, why do I need to spend my money to get on the flight to come out here? Even though the Bonham and Murray was hitting me up like, Treasure, oh, we want you. That's why you see me all through the baby shower special, because that DC episode is still the highest rated one, the biggest one. And even Bonham and Murray from E, they said, well, the only difference in this DC episode is who? Treasure. A whole lot of energy, a whole lot of popping in, what's up, I'm here, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. And ultimately, And I'm not afraid to say that's what Angie was scared of. You know what I'm saying? She ain't want me to advance. And that's what I really genuinely feel. Because I was supposed to do TV before her. I was supposed to do Bad Girls Club. Okay. Treasure, no, they just gonna keep asking you about me and Tyga. And I'm like, why the fuck they gonna ask me about y'all? You know what I'm saying? You got, I'm this, and you got kids, and they gonna say you a stripper, and you half the bitches on Bad Girl Clubs are strippers and they mamas. You know what I'm saying? I was like, girl, I'm trying to get on this platform. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been wanted to be an actress since I was a little girl. Okay. That's always been my end game. but believe in my friend. And I got the emails from Bad Girls Club that was sent to my Yahoo account back in the day, like, and they was like, okay, Treasure, are you gonna send us back your thing? I was like, fuck, should I not? And I didn't. And I held that over Angie's head for a little while because I felt like, bitch, you made me miss my shot. You gonna help me get my, this is the next year. This is when Blac Chyna had came out. And then now she wanna sit and you wanna act like, I can't be on the show, or you don't need me for the show because she had all of these extra people, which is exactly what she had did with the fucking show on Zeus. Bring in all new people so you can bamboozle them and not pay nobody and then kick them the fuck out. That's what she did with everybody who was on Blac Chyna. None of them people that's around her from Blac Chyna is around her anymore. Nobody pays attention to that. Like that she uses them, balls them up, and then tosses them. I was so secure in my own shit and was doing my own thing on the East Coast that I wasn't exposed to none of that. But people who was getting fucked by her was telling me, and I'm listening to their story. Then I listen because it's two sides to every story. Angie's story just used to always be more believable. You know what I'm saying? And she just used to, but that's just like what's happening now. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But then when I really started thinking, I'm like, wow, she cut this up, she cut this up, she cut this up. But I think honestly, even with that Blac Chyna season 2, I think it was her. I think it was her that actually was the reason why it didn't go. I don't think it was them.
I mean, she fucked down. Now, it's been rumored out there. I know Tony has said some stuff on the internet. Does Chyna use drugs?
I don't know what she does right now. But Chyna had a long time before she admitted to me using drugs. But I do know that she has used drugs.
What type of drugs did she tell you she used?
I mean, it's what type of drug can you not get in LA? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that it's nothing that you can't get in LA. There's a whole lot of drugs that that I've never even tried before, like Adderall and different things like that. People pop Adderalls. I've never had one before, you know what I'm saying? But we sit back in the day, I've definitely popped a Molly before, so I know what that would sit and be like. But people would sit and say, that's like taking cocaine or whatever. So I guess if you want to put it like that, you could say I've done cocaine before if you want to say in a Molly. But definitely I've seen the drug abuse, you know what I'm saying? So
are a lot of her relationships, because you see her pop up with different men and stuff, and they change, and I get it. Like she's a pretty girl, she's a lot of guys' fantasy. Are these transactions or are these real relationships?
I think it's a demon, to be honest.
What you mean a demon?
I think she has a sex demon. Like how they sitting and Eric Benet can sit and say he he's addicted to sex. You know what I'm saying? But for a girl to say it, it would be, she's a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Or, whatever, so have you. But I mean, Chyna has money just like any celebrity. If she want to trick off, then she tricks off. You know what I'm saying? Like if she want to do something with a nigga, if she want to buy him something for it, niggas do it. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what she want to do and that's her forte, if she's single and she want to live that lifestyle, then that's her thing. But
But you wouldn't think that Chyna would have to pay anybody
to
have sex with her.
She don't have to pay, no. But I think that it's more so a control thing. Chyna is a control freak. Like, I think ultimately that's what it is. That's why if you pay attention, she does not be successful with any men that have a head on their shoulders or any powerfulness within themselves. She likes little niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like a gigolo. Like a nigga that's a gigolo will probably, because she could step all on them. You know what I'm saying? And tell them what to do and all of that type of stuff. But no real man is going to want a woman like that. And I
know that she chooses her baby daddies quite wisely. So.
Oh, yeah, those. But, to be honest, she ain't choose them. Come on, man, Tasha. You know in life, and especially as Black women, we don't choose no man. That man chooses us. We decide if we want to stay on that. And that's 100%. And I learned that as far as in my healing aspects with my yoni eggs and everything. And I tell all of my ladies that you don't choose your mate. You decide if you're going to stay with him or not. So yeah, you have a choice or you have a decision in the matter. But if Chyna had a choice, she would still be with Tyga.
Oh, wow.
She didn't have a choice in that matter. It was Tyga.
You think so?
I'm positive. How could she have had a choice? Tyga put her out. He put her out. She had to go.
For a 15-year-old. Damn.
I mean, or it
like
could...
he literally, like, where was the baby at the time when he put her out?
Probably in the house with him. I mean, but I'm positive he didn't just put King out. They've always had a nanny, you know what I'm saying? So Nanny Joy or one of the nannies was definitely there. So King was good. But I remember, initially, a couple of times when she had first moved from with him, which was still when King was very small, she had an apartment. She had moved into an apartment downtown. So once she had did that, then she started like building herself up. But that's also what I be sitting and saying. She also had help. Like she had people who fucked with her who would do things for her, free 6 months, do this, here, take this amount of money and you give it to me when you get back. So that's why I don't understand her, demeanor where she feels as though she's so self-made. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you've literally had a hand holding you your entire route, shorty. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never been alone, like at all. But you cried the biggest wolf game, like the biggest wolf game. And I've even said that. Like I watched a couple of her interviews, even when she was doing her press run for the show and was sitting talking about, oh yeah, I was by myself. I did it. I'm like, bitch, I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, wait a minute, I was there. I'm like, bitch, I'm in the studio right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when we did the Wendy Williams show, I'm in the front row. I was in the fucking front row. And they even said, oh yeah, well, do you have any friends? How is it the only thing the camera sit and face on me and say, oh yeah, that's Treasure. She's my best friend. She's right there in the front row. But that was never mentioned on the Wendy Williams show. That part was the only part out of your whole interview while you was on that stage, bruh. When you flipped around and then she asked you something, how did they manage to cut out the only thing that was said about me? And these was things that people started pointing out to me after the falling out. They was like, well, you know what, Treasure? Y'all was always like day and night. Y'all was always dissing. You just such a good person and you just so easily like, how did y'all even? And I'm just like, well, Chyna never played with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I never got all of the bullshit that everybody was saying that she was doing. Like I never got it. So when I got it, that's when, of course it hurt. But then I was like, after a while, I'm like, I guess it's my turn. When you're a fucked up person, you're a fucked up person. And nobody, just like her mother. I don't, look at what she did to Wazzy and all them other people. She sat and did she did the same shit her daughter did. She did her spinoff with her whack ass show, Dating Game, whatever the fuck it was. And I didn't see not one person who she was on my grind with her on my grind shit with. You know what I'm saying? The people who was DMing me, her real friends who was like, Treasure, please tell Angie her mother's wilding. Do this, send her some money. She's sleeping in this, she's doing this. Like her friends used to email and used to message me and used to be like, please. And I would tell Chyna, every one of my memories, every time out the country, like Germany, fucking Amsterdam, Paris, everything was all with her. And I said, so I'm just supposed to just say, fuck all my memories, forget everything that I done been through, you know what I'm saying, with this girl and everything. And that's like somebody who you've been married to somebody and then they become a millionaire and then they want to divorce you and they don't give you shit out the marriage. You're like, hell no, nigga, you gonna give me something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I even said, it should be entourage support. You know what I'm saying? Because I spent years, literally years of my life helping promote her and her brand. I could show you in my phone from 2018 and everything how Chyna's captions, it's in my phone. A whole collection, Chyna's captions, because I used to write them out. When she would get loose or get lit and miss an event and she had to write an apology, Treasure wrote those apologies. That's why they was articulated so correctly. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because these were things that I wanted to make sure were done correctly. So, and I'm like, why you need to pay somebody if I can sit and I can do it for you? Because I'm not going to sit and act like she ain't never helped me out of a tight spot before. She has. But she's not that friend who's going to show you how to fish. She going to throw you a fish. You understand? Mm-hmm. And that's not what I'm not that friend. I'm trying to go fishing.
Right.
And she did not want me to be at the fucking, with no rod, like at all. And every time I even got something, she was able to shut it down. Like, and that's how I was like, wow, I said, so she really got that much, got that much pull.
So I can definitely see the personality differences and how she may be a little threatened by your personality because not only are you beautiful, but you're articulate.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can probably go into a room full of executives and sell them whatever because people will want to watch you, because you are, entertaining. And so I could see how that can be a threat. And I'm sure Chyna has listened to the blogs to because like we would rather watch her versus listen to her, because listening to her, it's cringy. It's like she can't talk. She can't hold a conversation. It's weird. I don't know. I'm just saying from, what I see on television. Now, as far as her personality around you, when the cameras aren't like around, I mean, does she have a personality? Is she fun? Is she entertaining? I mean,
I think Chyna has just honestly changed. The person who, and that was another thing I had to realize. The person who I had fell in love with, my best friend, was no longer this person anymore. She had already changed or transitioned into this new person who she is today. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's absolutely fine. But I also have the choice of being associated with it. A whole lot of people do not know, me and Chyna had fell out several times since I had moved to LA. Just strictly on her behavior patterns. Like me watching her talk to her employees, me watching her talk to people who came into her home. And these are all behaviors that I wasn't used to of her. You know what I'm saying? People were possibly telling me about them and different things of that manner, but I was never actually experiencing them or actually witnessing them in my face. And I think one time she had some company over and at her old house, and she got really like, a little belligerent with somebody, and I was not the person. I'm the bully protector. I've never been a bully, but if I see somebody getting bullied, I'm gonna be like, hold the fuck up, don't do that to them. I'm gonna protect that little person. And we got into a scuffle. I body slammed her, and she was furious. Like, I'm talking about furious. She was more furious because she was embarrassed because of other people that was around. But from that moment on, I realized that Chyna is a fucking bully. I said she demeans everybody that is around her to make herself look good. So she can't really have personality because her character, and it's hard to change your character. That's why I work so hard because my character is who I am, and people are fucking with it on the internet. Chyna's character is fucked up. Like, she will sit and her jokes come off of you. Like, you'll be sitting and you minding your business, you know what I'm saying? And you might think, these are some nice shoes. I love these boots. What made you get those? What are, and we'll try to joke on you, or you like your hair like that? You know what I'm saying? Or like, I had a thinner friend with me one time. Do you eat? And I'm just like, hold the fuck. Like, that was how it consistently kept on becoming a washing machine with that, because I'm like, so you get off with insulting people. Like, this is what you do all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally, I've watched her invite people into her house, and then as soon as she see them in the light, oh my God, I don't like you, get the fuck out. And I'm like, what the bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will be looking, and then like the other people, I've seen humans, real people come in with their friends, and she tell one of the friends to leave and tell the other friends to stay, and they be looking at each other. I would have been like, bitch, I'm gone too. You got me fucked up. Like, who are you talking to? Wow. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was, I don't not even know. But for me, it wasn't cool. My friends that I used to bring around, they ain't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could see through that. So Chyna, my real friends that came around, always was a clash. She would try them with the shit, but a majority of them, they wasn't going for it. So it always became a Chyna stop. You know what I'm saying, type of situation when I was around. And I realized, okay, I can't even bring you around nobody. It's like, you reckless.
Do you see, because I mean, her and her mom have a very strange relationship, and I do believe it's because of the lack of maternal bonding that she's had with her mom, Tokyo. Do you feel like she is her mother? Just maybe a more introverted version of Tony?
Let's put the wine down for a second, because at times like this, we need to take a shot of the olive leaf extract, because the olive leaf boosts our immune system and has been known to reverse high blood pressure, lupus, diabetes, and certain cancers. Check them out at myoliveleaf.biz to learn more and to order, or simply click the link below in the description box. Now back to the wine.
See, I enjoy oral sex, but to be honest, some of my experiences have been not pleasing due to lack of proper vaginal hygiene. I went down on this shit once, and the yoni was so good and fresh. It took me on like a whole nother level of just pleasure. So at that moment, I had to stop and ask, what are you using? And she told me, embrace Pangea Feminine Wash.
We all know that a fresh yoni brings on a whole new level of confidence, so visit embracepangea.com, and of course, I got my winos covered for a discount, so use the coupon code TASHAK for 10% off your first order. To all of you Dr. Sebi followers, I've got something for y'all. Discover the untold story of one of the most important healers of our time in Abelardo Guerrero Jr.'s book titled My Journey with Dr. Sebi. Visit www.myjourneywithdrsebi.com to place your order and receive a free copy of the audiobook with over 4 hours of exclusive content.
Man, Tony's a whole different breed. And I mean...
Do you feel like maybe she's just like that because of maybe the relationship, the strained relationship that she has with her mom? Because, you know, if you can't trust your mom, who can you trust?
You are 100% right. But to be honest, I've seen Tokyo get to a point where Tokyo, she's very entitled, first and foremost. So she feels as though Angie has to do certain things. And this is, like how I said, been back from before it was even any fame. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that is something mentally wrong with Tony. She feels as though Angela owes her something. When Tony deals with that issue, then maybe her and Chyna can have some type of relationship, because the only way they can have a relationship is if Chyna is taking care of her. And it's very unfortunate, but that's the only way. That's where they bond at. They bond because Chyna is successful and Tony feels as though she should not have to be unsuccessful because I have a successful child. And it should not be like that.
Well, I'm sure if she was more loving, Chyna wouldn't mind.
Yeah, no, she definitely wouldn't. And Chyna has tried. And I will say that she has tried. She has had several times. And there's even been times where Tony didn't, you know, she didn't. And I was like, bitch, if you talk to your mother again, I'm going to beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've even said that, you know what I'm saying? But of course, you know,
to
just
Chyna?
To Chyna, because Tony then did some drastic stuff. And like some of the stuff she done said, I just be like, what? And I'm looking at my friend and I'm like, dang, like I'm watching her eyes crumble. I see how much it hurts her. You know what I'm saying? So it's hurting me because I'm an extremely empathetic person. So I'm feeling her pain with that. And Chyna she tried her best on occasion to like be like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna toughen up, I'm gonna try. But then Tony just gets to a point where she's just entirely too entitled. You know what I'm saying? Like well, if you got a Louis bag, I should have a Louis bag too. If you got Chanel shoes on, I should have Chanel shoes on too. And I'm like, what?
I know
I
she
just don't get it.
To, I guess she wanted to do a Surviving Blac Chyna on Lifetime. I was like, what?
On Lifetime? If Lifetime was to actually even pick that up, wow. But so many people sit and they say like, Tony she's just a scammer. She been scamming. Like back, she used to post Chyna pictures back in the day and used to be like, Chyna's gonna be here, come to On My Grind thing, this and that. And Chyna wasn't nowhere in town. Like she used to always do little wax
sell
stuff.
Tickets and stuff?
Yeah, used to sell tickets off of her daughter's name and would just, you know, she just was a weirdo, like honestly. And I think that maybe, I mean, you've seen some of these videos that she's done on YouTube,
yeah, of course,
and different stuff. Like even when she was attacking me on YouTube, I was like, I prayed for her one time because I was like, bruh, I ain't never do nothing to this lady. You know, I have no idea why she's attacking me to this aspect. And then when I brought it to Angie's attention, she was like, look at what she says to me. She's like, I can't help you.
Have you ever seen Chyna cry over some of the things her mama said?
Of course. I mean, I bet, yes. Chyna definitely cry. Chyna's a crybaby. Like, she's definitely a crybaby. She will put off a super hard persona, you know what I'm saying? But she's also hard as fuck. Like, she's really hard. Like, and she's not a fighter, but she's strong as a motherfucker. Like, she's little, but she's like a little mini Incredible Hulk. Like, even myself, like, we'll be like pushing before like one have to actually go down. But she, I mean, even like when me and her used to fight, she would fight back. Like, she ain't just let me beat her up or no shit like that. 9 times out of 10, she'll end up with a weapon. Because that's,
oh wow.
Yeah, she'll grab a weapon. I mean, one time she took the Minx bottle and busted on my, I said, oh, bitch.
On your head?
Yes, I felt so bad for the housekeeper the next day. I said, we can fuck that house up.
It seems like you guys are more like sisters though.
We were.
Do you think there's a possibility that you guys could fix this?
No. Not in my terms. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Money ain't even gonna fix this because money would have never made me disperse from her. Okay. So it's no factor in there that, you know, can glue us in. You ain't real no more. And I fucked with you because you was real. Because I thought you was real. And you made me sit back and reevaluate my whole life for 13 years. Like, that's fucked up. I had to reevaluate myself, the other friends that I had. I literally was like, are you my friend? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you, like, literally like the Dr. Seuss book, are you my friend? Are you my friend? Because I was so traumatized behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the bitch wants to bring it back out. So let's play ball. You want people to talk? You want people to have a story about you? You trying to make yourself stay relevant? Let me tell some new shit so you can be relevant again. Because apparently that's what it is that she's trying to do. She's scraping up for relevance, like how she continuously been doing. Because even when I was around, you don't know anybody who's been relevant for this long. And I'm like, you went from a rapper to a famous, like you're not relevant in the same sense. You've kind of moved up a little bit, but now you're not relevant because you fucked your way down. Wow. And you know, you're struggling to actually stay relevant. Even with the cars and all of that other stuff. You can't afford all of them cars and stuff.
Oh, wow.
She can't. She can't. That's exactly why I said what I said on the show. I said, bitch, you in the same boat as me. You renting. You leasing. You can't even put a certain amount of miles on some of these cars. My car's paid for, Porsche and my Range. And I'm like, you sitting and you keep calling me a bum. And I'm just like, how am I so much a bum? Like, and you the one who ain't pay me. You the one who doing bum shit.
So all of her cars are leased? Not like...
I don't think, not one of them is owned.
Oh, wow.
I don't think not one of them is owned. I think the only one that she owned was the one she bought for Rob. And I think that was that a Range Rover? I think it was a Range Rover. Yeah, I think that was the only car that she had owned. And they had to sell it, you know, in the middle of their thing. Just like he took the Lambo back. But the Lamb wasn't even paid for. It was on a note. And she's sitting in, like, even the one that she just had bought, she only got that because she could drive off the lot with it. And she didn't have to put no money down. And I'm like, so you went and bought a whole Lamborghini just because you could drive off the lot with it? That doesn't make sense, but you still got to pay all this money for it every month? Like, you living beyond your means, and then you are upset and you fuck up relationships with people who fuck with you because you don't want to pay them because of money strains. Because that's what I'm going to say to the day I die. She flipped out on me on that show on day 29. We were, like I said in the beginning, we were supposed to wait 30 days to get our readout to see how many subscribers we got. On day 29, you sit and do all of this. And that's when she flipped out. But I thought that we was going to be able to fix it, to be honest. I was like, we'll be able to fix it. We'll record some other shit. You know, she's the producer. Because I watched Tony say so much shit that was never aired. So you have the right to make whatever comes out, you get the final say so. But only when it was stuff that she wanted to have out, like when it came to my son's situation. I cried. I said, Chyna, please don't air that. My son is in school. Don't put that on there. And that was supposed to be episode 4. She took that one little chunk and put it in episode 1. So she could make people have an impression of me like I'm a fucked up mother off the back. Wow. That's how I'm looking at it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's honestly how I'm looking at it now. Because I'm too likable. Like how you said, I'm too likable. And this is me genuinely. Like, I'm not trying to create no persona because like I be telling people, oh, I'm a bitch. Don't fuck with me. I will fuck your shit up. I'm a spiritually aligned motherfucker and I will still beat your ass. And I be telling people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me out of alignment. I'm a Libra. As long as I'm balanced, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And it does take a lot to get me to that point. You saw on the show, I'm in her face. Bitch, try me. You know what I'm saying? And she knows she did not want no smoke. She didn't want none at all. And then a lot of people, well, Treasure, you was outside of the house for so long crying and all of this. I said, bitch, my kids was in the house. Nobody knows that my kids was in the house. I'm telling the nanny, bring my fucking kids outside.
Wow.
But they wouldn't bring my kids outside so they could leave me outside and had the cameras keep following me around my car. They was creating this shit. You know what I'm saying? And she allowed it. And she allowed all of it. While her friend Lyra was upstairs and they kikiing and laughing about it.
So what's next for Treasure? Everything.
I'm doing everything. I have my PR working on a whole lot of different things. I just did a small short film with somebody. It's going to be coming out. I am doing my own spa. Okay. My own spa will be opening up in May.
Congratulations.
Thank you
That's
so much.
That's a big deal.
It is an extremely big deal. But you know, so many people prey on your downfall that I don't want to actually speak on it. And then I don't want everybody to come and jump and steal my idea because that's also very popular right now.
Well, it's just a spa. Right
yeah,
now.
It's just a spa.
That's it. Okay. Well, congratulations. I love to see my Black women just out here being bosses and things like that. What do you want people to take away from this?
I want people to honestly take away from this that I'm not bitter. I'm fucking upset that I was not paid for a show that is on a nationally syndicated network and my likeliness is being abused. And I'm okay with it. I signed up for this. Just pay me. I was supposed to be paid, but you have cut me out of being paid for your own benefit. And it's just not right. You know what I'm saying? It's just, honestly, it's just not right. Like, I did not do anything to deserve this. You specifically told me, like, even the reason, everybody, that's what we can sit and say. Everybody wants to know, what was we even arguing for? Treasure, why did you look so puzzled right there? Like, what was you said you kept calling her. I had kept calling her because this was now the first week of August. And a whole lot of people have so many different mixed opinions because they're looking at exactly what was put onto screen, which is edited. For one, and it's all edited in Angela's benefit. She approved all of this stuff. It was so much stuff that was said in between them times that was completely cut out. And I'm happy for some of it because I actually even specifically asked. We got into a specific argument in the middle of our argument where even after we argued, I contacted her and I said, listen, if I hear this specific piece being said on your show, it's gonna be serious. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the world to know this. And she replied, that's the last time she replied, she actually like replied. And that's when I really genuinely thought we would be able to fix it. Cause I've said, please, Angie, I don't want this to be out in the world. Do not put this out there. She replied, okay. And I double tapped it and I liked the comment. And I was like, okay, forget it. You know what I'm saying? A couple days later, the fucking trailer came out and I was furious because I was pissed at her at first and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna just let her chill for a couple of days and we'll figure this out. Because I knew that some of the stuff they was gonna keep from the argument because it was good TV. And like I said, I signed up for this. I want us to get ratings. I want it to be popping and all this other stuff. But I'm also that friend that you could have said, look, bitch, we need to argue. We gonna fight. We gonna do all of this. And I would have brought the guns. But you decided to demean me, fuck up my character, talk shit about me, and you came at me sideways, left way with the shit. And all because I'm asking you to do what you told me to do. You told me to leave my spa in Burbank, because I had a spa already. Okay. She told me to leave my spa in Burbank and help her open back up Lashed. I opened up Lashed for her. I did that. I redid it. I even went in there and I'm mopping the floor with my own 2 hands. Got this air conditioning fixed and everything. And after we did the re-grand opening, Angela called me 2 days later and was like, give me my keys, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, give you your keys, what? Bitch, send the Uber. Sent the fucking keys. Never argue with nobody. Listen, it's not that serious. But she told me to leave my spa to come and be at Lashed because she's like, it needs to be open, Treasure. We need to generate income. No. Well, that's how dumb I was. I believed her because I'm like, okay, now the show is successful. They're like, oh, the show is getting good ratings. We're going to start filming again because, mind you, the show was done filming. We had finished filming. So by August, like we was done filming. The show had premiered July 12th or 14th. We was done filming. But they said it was doing so good them first 2-3 weeks that we need to add some more shows. I should have started paying attention then because that next time that we filmed was the very last time that I filmed. They never contacted me again after. Chyna never contacted me again after. But according to Jamal, it was in the call sheet, fallout with Treasure. They planned all of that shit. She sat and she strategically planned it. She's a strategic bullshit mastermind. Wow. Like she strategically did that shit. And that's what honestly really fucking hurt me. You told me to close my spa and I'm calling you all week. She had went to Houston for a booking at a gay club, I think. And they said she acted up there and they was like, Treasure, oh my God, you should have came. No, I learned my lesson in Essence Festival. You won't get me again. You know what I'm saying? Because Essence Festival was a shit show. So I'm sitting and I'm calling her. I'm like, Chyna, you know, I got clients. You know what I'm saying? I need my keys so I could get in Lashed. And she just is not answering. And I'm getting a little, now it's like day 4, day 5. I'm like, okay, well, she got to go to Houston this weekend. I'm going to let her go ahead and work. You know what I'm saying? And when she come back, I'm going to hit her up. Still got the messages in my phone. Hey, Angie, I finished doing my website because I've been trying to redo my own website. Asked her for help with that. Couldn't get no help with my website, so I did it myself. And I'm happy now. I'm happy. Look, Angie, look at me. I did my own website like a fucking fool. Look at my own website that I did. Can you put it in your story and tell people to shop? She immediately says, post my business. And I said, look on my page. I already did. You know what I'm saying? Because she used to tell me, I could show. Everybody's like, oh, you always posting her. She used to ask me, Treasure, post, even though she had more following, but it was never no problem. Here you go, Angie. Nothing. I didn't pay for Instagram. It's a fucking app. No problem. Post. She called me when I asked her to do that and was, what do I need to do that I don't have to do? And I'm like, all right, I could look in her eyes. She was lit. I said, you know what, Angie? I'll talk to you later.
Now, when you say lit, you mean like
drunk, high, whatever the fuck she was.
Oh, wow.
Because it's a combination. The drinking is like rosé hoe. Like I call that fucking. It's just bad. I don't drink rosé like at all. That's devil juice. But she just used to be lit, and I'm like, why are you lit in the broad daylight? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is going on? And she just started being extra. I don't post my business, Treasure. And I'm like, all right, Angie, you're on one of your moves. I'll talk to you later. And she's like, no. What are you doing? Oh, I'm right here. I'm at Stinking Rose. I'm eating. I'm at Stinking Rose. I'm at eating. And I'm like, okay, enjoy your crab legs, Angela. I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, I'll contact her tomorrow. And then she's like, call Lim. We're filming. And I'm like, bitch, I ain't talked to you in a fucking week. I'm not filming shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not filming. You know what I'm saying? And then Lim calls me, the producer. He's like, Treasure, you know, you trying to get, I said, bruh, after the way how she just fucking acted in fucking Essence Festival and the way how she acted in Atlanta for the premiere, fuck no, bruh. Like, even when we went to Atlanta, I was like, I need my own room. I'm not staying with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when we went to Essence Festival.
What happened at Essence Festival? What happened?
Goodness gracious. I mean, I think she just be mad sometimes that I'm naturally pretty. And she has so much work done. And I think like when anybody be like, oh, Treasure, you're so cute. And she catches it, it used to be a trigger. Like I remember when like somebody was like, oh, y'all do look like y'all could be sisters. She ain't spent enough money on herself to look like me. Bitch, I don't need to. The fuck? Last time I checked, you got your top lip to curl like mine. Not the other way around. These is natural assets. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever somebody want to do, they can do. But I think it was just always a controversy. But like in Essence Festival, threw all my shit out, and I'm just like, girl, like I can go get my own room. Like, it's just not that serious. Like, I bought her outfit. You know what I'm saying? Because she said, I don't want to wear this, da-da-da-da. And let me go buy you an outfit, Angie. I went, the African outfit, I went and I bought that. I'm like, here you go, let me dress you up. You know what I'm saying? I was that friend. I made sure she got the bag for her to cut off mines. And I don't care anymore. Like, I'm literally, everybody is like, oh, you bitter, you sad. Whatever. Y'all was saying, y'all have all y'all opinions. At first, I wasn't good enough to be her best friend because I was still a stripper in DC. You know what I'm saying? But then I jumped from not acknowledging me to be the best friend to the ex-best friend who's bitter. Which one am I? Like, I mean, I didn't even make it to the daggone playing field. Like, y'all sit there it's just so unnecessary and extremely unfortunate. But I'm gonna write a book. I said, if she don't pay me, I'm gonna write a book.
I think you should. And this will be a good start, like, you know, because it's going to, I'm sure this interview is going to do exceptionally well. So I definitely would love to have you back when you're done with the book. So, ghostwriters, they pretty affordable. So if you don't have time to write, I'm just saying.
I can write.
Okay. Well, no, but thank you so much for telling your story. Like,
I appreciate you having me.
It's hard to really kind of put everything together when there's the show, and then there's you on Instagram, then there's her posting shade, and then there's Wendy, and then there's bloggers. And so it's nice for, people to actually get a full picture with you just sitting down and just kind of going through it. So I do appreciate that. And you do have every right to defend yourself. You do.
Right.
So, and what she chooses to put out is what she chooses to put out. And most of it has to do with, I am a business, I'm Blac Chyna, and this is how I make my money. And so whatever I have to do to make my money, that's just how it's going to be. LA ain't cheap.
I live here. I know.
It's not cheap. So thank you. Tell everybody where they can find you, just in case.
Anybody, if you can find me, just search Ms. Treasure Gems, MZTreasureGEMZ. That's on YouTube, on Station Head, on Instagram, everywhere you can find me there.
Nice. You're on Station Head? You have
a
show?
I do have my own show every Sunday night.
All right. Shout out. Okay,
yes.
So what's the name of your show on Station Head?
Well, my show on Station Head is TV Dinner on Sunday nights. So that's what I named that one. I do have my own podcast, Social Souffle, which is on all podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of that good stuff. I just be talking a little shit every now and again, and sometimes I get on my shit, but majority of the time I'm speaking on health, positiveness, a little bit about everything that's going on.
I was gonna say, the way you speak, you should definitely have a platform. So
thank you.
I'm so glad that you do, and we will be in contact. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.